I want to talk about you as like the founder of Modern Traveler and like your sweet little luxury travel designer, how we're like creating these custom things. And you are so into experiences over like these like checkbox things. And so I'm like, what are we at here? Italy, Greece,
Mm-hmm.
France.
Correct.
Okay, okay. Italy, Greece,
Nailed
France, like
it.
the top three, top
Yeah.
three. And
Yeah.
I love that. I just tell me a little bit about how you got into this,
Yeah.
what your favorite parts of like the Modern Traveler are.
My background is in events. So all things events, which felt like a pretty good segue into travel. So during, COVID in 2020, I was in events, jobs kind of fell, switched to virtual events, was desperate for something. Like I missed travel, like a lot of us did.
Yeah.
So I started as travel was like kind of starting to come back, 2021, I decided to start my own retreat planning business. So I was helping coaches, entrepreneurs plan trips to places like Costa Rica and Greece and Morocco, United States. But then all of their attendees were wanting me to help them plan travel outside the retreat. And I found that I loved
Amazing.
that way more and I wanted to be
Yeah,
out of
yeah.
events. It was super stressful. I didn't necessarily want to travel anymore with the clients. I wanted to just
Yeah.
send them on their way and plan something beautiful for them and like let them out into the world to figure it out.
Yeah.
And so that's why I started the Modern Traveler.
I love that.
And I first did all over the world. I definitely like tried to plan it all. And I realized that for myself and what I see for the evolution of travel designers in the travel industry is more specialized
Yeah.
people in travel. So maybe instead of saying I travel all over the world, I do, just luxury cruises or I do just honeymoons. And for me, it was more destination focused. So for some of my clients, if they have worked with me now, like I have kind of like my intro. It's like if you work with me for Italy, Greece, and France, we can see what other options there are. But I will only work in countries that I have very particular relationships with suppliers, with people on the ground, locals. They support my mission, I support theirs. So I'm very, very particular about how I travel design and who I work
Which
with.
I mean, I love that because like that just means that you're more nuanced, right, into those specific areas. And of course, like no one's gonna know it better than you versus like, yeah, worldwide, and they're just kind of like master of none,
Yeah.
right?
And it means that I can continue traveling to the same places multiple times and go to
Yes.
different regions. So I
Love that.
don't feel as pressured to be like, oh, I need to go to this place now because it's the hot new trending place. If I want to go for my own personal travel, great, but I don't feel like I need to go there for work and to
Yeah.
go on hosted site visits or visit suppliers. I can just enjoy and then I can focus on going back to Italy, Greece, and France repeatedly and getting to know different places and getting to meet with my partners, which I find
Totally.
is really very, very helpful for my clients because then they're
Yeah.
getting like a very, very specialized overview of the destination, which is
Right.
what they are struggling with is narrowing down where they should go and what they should do within a country, not just like several countries, but within one country.
A country. Yes, right.
A country.
Right.
Yep.
I mean, ideally, like that's, I think I mean, I'm speaking from a point of like, I am so jealous of your life. I think planning trips, if I could like be paid to plan a trip, I plan my own trips. It's my job. I wish I
Yeah.
had yours. I feel like so many people are like, girl, tell me how you do it. Give me the shtick. I would love to do a rapid fire
Yeah.
Q&A. Are we ready for this?
Let's do it.
Okay, let's like really dive into what we're doing here.
Okay.
So, honeymoon in Tuscany or a Greek island yacht week?
Honeymoon in Tuscany.
Why?
I think you can do so much more when you're not just on a yacht.
On a
Like
boat. Yes.
I think I love
Love.
luxury yachting. I love luxury travel cruises. I'm not a cruise person, but
Yeah, me
those like
either
more
though.
intimate are great. But for myself and my personality,
Yeah.
I need to be able to roam. I need to go to different villages. I need to be able to like meet different people. That's just how I operate.
Love that. What has been your latest travel splurge?
Oh, I bought a leather purse in Florence that I'm
Go.
obsessed with.
Love that for
I
you.
love it. I love it. And I love the owner. I've gone to her a few times, so she and I have a special relationship.
Is
And
this your new baby now? Is
I
this
send
like this
all
is
my clients to her and I love the purse. Love it.
amazing. Amazing. Give
Yeah.
me one travel trend that you're loving and one you want to cancel.
Okay, I love it's kind of two. Slow
Okay.
travel and boutique hotel stays.
Yes.
Travel trend I want to cancel. Probably anything TikTok trending.
Oh,
Like
yes.
it's gotten to be too
It
much.
is out of hand. It is
It is out of
completely out
hand.
of hand.
Yeah.
Yes.
I do ask clients now when I'm on calls with them, I'm like, okay, do you want the TikTok version or do you want which version are you envisioning right now? Because
Have
I
you
can
had
do it. I just don't it's not my usual, it's not my favorite, but I can do it
right?
for you.
Do you have people saying TikTok version?
No,
Right.
I think it's my branding, of course. Like they
Yes.
come to me and they realize like, oh no, there's more depth to it than that. So they they
Right.
definitely have learned,
Right.
but I do make sure to check because I've been burned in the past and that's where I learned how to shift my marketing a bit so
Yep.
that that doesn't happen very often. And I understand like there are some things that people want to see that are on like
Sure.
they're on TikTok and I get that and we will put those in there, but there's like kind of levels to it, right? Like I can
Yes.
give them something more than
Right.
that.
Well,
Yeah.
and that's like, I mean, maybe it's like you don't know what you don't know.
Right. And that's the
As a
crazy
person
part. How would
traveling.
you even know? Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. So
Yeah.
all they know is like what they're being just
Yeah.
spammed on
Inundated
TikTok
with.
with.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
So I'm
And it's
glad
the
they
same
had me.
thing. Yeah.
Oh, it's
Thank
just
you.
over and over. Yeah, over and
Yeah.
over. I want to know anything about hotels that give you the ick.
Okay. There is when it's usually for honeymoons, they will put rose petals on the bed. I hate that.
I hate
I
that too.
hate it. I hate it. And
Hate it.
like,
Hate it. I'm like, where did it come from?
right, right. And like, what do I do with it now?
Yes,
And it's
right.
on the
Are we
bed.
wiping it off? Are we just
Yeah,
like
yeah,
organically we're going under the covers and then it'll go off? Like,
I'm also allergic to roses, so then it's
are
like an extra
you?
layer of like, I don't want any flowers. Don't put any fresh flowers in the room. Because they never get the ones that I can have, and it's like I have to be
Yes.
specific. And I'm not going to be. That's just not me. So I'm not going to call them.
No.
Please only put these flowers in the room for
Perfect
me.
world. Like, I mean, I don't think you should have to do that, right? Like ideally it's like there's just no fresh
Yeah,
flowers in there. Like
yeah,
the
yeah.
chances for allergies are so high.
So high,
So
so
high.
high. Yeah,
Roses I
yeah.
didn't know, but like the pollen filled stuff, like
Mm-hmm.
just pass
Yeah.
it. Okay.
Roses on the bed is a no for me.
Agreed. Hard agree.
Yeah.
I also don't like the circular beds. I don't understand the
Okay.
concept.
Interesting. Funny enough, I just did a site visit with one that was in Florence that is in a tower. So like it had to be circular.
Oh,
So it was
interesting.
kind of cool. So I mean,
Okay,
I can feel you
fair.
with the circular beds, but this one was like had the Duomo was really like Florence Duomo. It was literally right next to the window. So you were in your
Yes.
circular bed and you open the window and like there's the Duomo. So I'm like, there's
See,
some exceptions to this.
agreed. No,
Yeah,
agree. Okay, if we're in a tower and it's the whole vibe, like that's fine.
yeah,
I'll put that
yeah.
together. But if we're doing like square, room, rectangle,
Right.
basically anything but a beautiful tower in Italy, I'm like, absolutely
Yeah.
not.
An unnecessary round bed. I get it. I get
Yes.
it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, tell me, let's see, the best airport and the worst airport.
Oh gosh. Best airport, my favorite's probably SFO. I
Love.
love it. San
Okay.
Francisco.
Yep.
They redid it. I mean, they've done an amazing job. It's obviously tech centered, so it's
Yep.
very efficient being SFO.
There are robots in there.
There are. Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And they have
That's
like this
amazing.
water machine where you just like wave your hand and the thing's coming out. Like they have everything is very tech friendly.
That is so funny. I couldn't tell you the last time I've been to SFO, so I'm like
Yeah.
kind of dying to go there now.
Yeah, it's a good one. It's a good
Nice.
one.
Okay.
Worst one. Okay, I really have always hated San Diego. My favorite,
Nice.
like
Yes.
hate.
Yep.
The other one that I didn't have not had great experience with is Dallas. Usually there's always
Hmm.
something wrong with Dallas, some
Yeah.
delay, something. So those are my two that have been the worst so far.
Okay. Okay. What
Yeah.
are the biggest mistakes you've seen couples when they're planning their honeymoon? Biggest mistakes. You're like,
Okay.
how long do you have? Like,
Yeah. And it's not their fault. I never blame them for this. It is trying to see too many places in one
mhm.
trip. So, most of the time people have, let's say, at most 2 weeks, 10 to 14 nights somewhere
Yeah.
for their trip.
Yeah.
And when they try to do multiple countries, that's going to be rough.
Hard pass.
Maybe I've done a few where it's like a week in France and a week in Italy because they're right next to each other. Like, okay, we can figure that.
Okay. Okay.
But when they're trying to do, France and Greece and like kind of like trying to hop, it's just too much.
Yeah.
You're going to spend more time in transit. Same with that on a narrow scale is trying to see too many regions within one country and not realizing that like Italy is way bigger than it seems. It's like California. Like you can't get top to bottom. You're going to spend the full day trying to get from top to bottom. So
Right.
trying to add in too many regions. So that would be the number one. And that's not like like if you don't know, like you said, if you don't know, you don't know. And
Yeah.
so that's one thing. What else has the number one mistake? Listening to too much outside information.
Oh,
So
like TikTok?
like TikTok, but also like their sister's best friend who did her
Oh,
honeymoon in X destination, and now you have to go there because she went there. Like
mm,
things like that.
yeah, that's tough.
Yeah, it's tough because then they feel a pressure to do the thing or do an experience that maybe they're not that interested in. Like I've had clients who've told me, we don't really like museums, but we've been told several times, like, you can't go to this
Oh,
destination without seeing this museum. And I
right.
tell them, like, if you have a desire to see it, let's do it. But if you have zero desire to see it, it's not of any interest to you, we don't need to put it in the itinerary. This
Like
is
whose
your
whose trip
honeymoon.
is it? Yeah, right.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly. And I will
Oh,
tell
that's
them, I'll be
interesting.
honest. I'm like, this is epic. You should try to see it. We'll spend like 1 hour and then you can get out. But I
Right.
won't force someone to do something they don't want to do.
Right.
So I'm
Well,
sure to see something.
and do you think that is part of the like social media TikTok
Yes,
culture where like we're checking boxes and like this is just what it is?
absolutely. I think we want to get the Instagram shot in the
Yeah.
exact spot that we've seen other people do it, even though like around the corner and to the side, there's a really cool also shot that you can do that just hasn't
Yeah.
been discovered yet,
Right.
or
Or
a
like
restaurant or something like all those different things.
well, just the whole experience itself, right? Like when you're like, oh yeah, you don't have to do that museum, dog. Like
Yeah.
you literally don't have to. There's
Yeah.
all this other cool stuff.
Yeah.
It's so interesting, like the psychology behind what drives people on
Hmm.
vacation. And I
Yes.
think a lot of it, it seems like, is the social media stuff. Like when you have someone, like is that part of your inquiry call or like consult call? Like, are you guiding people away, like giving them permission not to care about social media? Like, what? Yeah, tell me what that
Yeah.
looks like.
All the time, honestly. Like I feel like this is kind of a part that I think people don't realize is the evolution of a travel designer from like the original travel agent, which was just booking a hotel or a flight, probably through a
Yeah,
catalog. I always like equate it to if you've ever seen the movie My Big Fat Greek Wedding,
totally have.
the main character Tula when she's like in the her aunt's travel
Yes,
brick and mortar shop with the headset on and she's like on a like catalog. Like that's what travel booking was.
yes,
We didn't have the internet.
right.
Now we had the internet and like opened up the world. Then you had Instagram opened up the world. So people are confused on where to go and what to do now versus like, oh, I just need help booking. Now it's like there's so many options. It's like, what do I do with my time, with the level of budget that I have, with what we want to see? So part of my discovery calls is really getting to know clients and like that psychology aspect of like, what are
Yeah,
you telling me you want? But like underneath that, reading between the lines, what is it that you really want? When you tell me you want to relax and you just want to like lay by a pool at a beautiful villa, but then you're telling me I want to go here, 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 and here. It's like, okay, what are we need to just like cipher through this and figure out what it is you want. And then there's two people in this, right? And that
totally.
often gets forgotten is that there are two people going on this trip. So I really dig deep in it to figure out what do they both want to do. And
Yeah.
then of course you extend that to like groups or families, and then you have more people involved. It's just there's a lot to think about.
That is a lot. I mean, do you require everyone who's going to attend to be on the inquiry call?
I
Like, is
don't
that,
require it. It's funny you say that because I've thought about requiring it. Like
yeah.
you
Well,
can't
like,
talk to me unless you're both here.
like honeymoon
Yeah.
specifically, right?
Yeah.
Where it's like, it's ish easier to get
Yeah.
two people in a room. Like the group stuff, like, I don't even
It's
want that
fine.
for you, right? Like, I
Yeah.
don't, I don't want you to be on the call with like mom, grandma, dad. I mean, I don't want it.
Yeah.
But the two of them, Yeah, like what would it take? Do you think do you think it would change your inquiry call if you had both of them on the phone?
Funny enough, a lot of them do both show up. I don't even have to say
Oh,
anything.
I
They both
love
just
that.
come. And I do love when that happens. But I've been getting a few where they like, one works from home and one doesn't. So on my hours, like they can fit in the call when they can. So
Yeah.
I will do with them, but I will be sure to ask very pointed questions about the partner and say,
Yes.
what is this person like to do? What are their interests? What do they not like? What about
Totally.
travel that you've done together has worked? What hasn't worked? Because again, the whole point of this sometimes is not just that they don't have enough time, that they don't know how to plan. It's also that maybe they don't want to be in charge of all the experiences for both people. And they don't want that pressure of being like, well, I planned this for me and my partner, and then we're on the trip and now they don't like it. So now it's
Yes.
like they put it on me. It's more of like,
Yeah.
okay, I planned this. It's not on either one of you. And if something didn't go the way you wanted to, it didn't go the way you wanted to. And it's like neither one of your fault. It doesn't create an argument or a problem. And they can just enjoy their trip.
Yeah, that's something I didn't even think about. I mean, when we're breaking down the differences of like travel designer versus travel agent, like give me the list of like,
Oh,
so
geez.
we kind of talked about like the travel agent being the
Yeah.
aunt the aunt Tula. No, is it Tula's aunt, right? Big
Tula's
fat
being the agency owner.
yeah,
Yeah.
like agency, you see on our
Yeah.
headset with the catalog, like all this sort of stuff.
Yeah.
We kind of know what that person day to day, like what they are doing. What does it look
Yeah.
like for you as a travel designer?
So day to day, a lot of creation of content to get
Yeah,
people to travel. But yeah, it is a lot of when I'm on calls, it's a lot of psychology. So I am like learning about each of the couples very in depth. It's not just a quick phone call. It's a lot of like forms that I have them fill out to like really understand them.
yeah,
Day to day is also meeting with suppliers. So I have really special relationships in each country that I work in with
yeah.
local guides and drivers and winery people and like
I
family
want a winery person.
property.
I want one
Like
winery person. You probably have a million
I
winery
have a lot
people.
of winery
I
people.
love that for you.
Winery is really important. Wine is
Oh,
big in Italy. So
yes.
I have like a cheese sommelier that I love for as a guide. Like
Yeah.
I'm connecting with a lot of different people there, and that's a big part of the day to day is learning more. And also they are my eyes and ears on the ground. I always talk about them
Right.
as partners because I'm working always collaboratively with them to plan a client's trip because I want my clients to have support when they're in destination. So
Yeah.
that's why, my service is a luxury service. It's that they're also getting support in Italy so that when we're on different time zones and they have something that comes up, like there's a train strike or they can't find their driver, they have someone
Yeah.
there to turn to who in correspondence with daily. So
Yeah.
that's a big part of what I do daily is I'm keeping in touch with them. I'm learning about new regions, meeting with new suppliers, and then learning about new destinations because every once in a while I'll let a client know like this is outside of Italy, Greece, or France, but I think you would like going here and I have a good partner for you here. So it's a
Yeah.
lot of that, a lot of I like to look at my relationships with clients as I'm building kind of like a financial advisor. I want them to be able to have someone to turn to for their travels over the years. And like if we
Totally.
need to map this out now and like you're not going to go to Greece for 2 years, but we know in 2 years that's the plan, we can start talking about what that's going to look like now and you can start planning for it, investing.
Yeah.
Like it's year over year. I want you to kind of look at that kind of a relationship when I work with a client.
Yeah. Well, I didn't even think about that like you have clients who are years out. I mean, in the
Mhm.
planning. I mean, like that
Yeah.
must be really comforting for people who, might not have worked with a travel designer before. They're like, "Hey, you have time to invest in it." And that's kind of the like it will pay off dividends by the time you get there.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. You
That's
nailed
great.
that. A lot of people don't connect
Yep.
that very often. It's like you come to me a year before your trip and we have some time to plan, which means you have options for hotels, for the room category you want. You have some time, a little more time to think about like what experience you want included, how much of a budget you want to spend on this trip, and then you put a deposit down. And then you don't have to pay for the rest of the trip until it gets closer to the trip. So
Right.
you have time to even consider in those 6, 7 months in between, like, oh yeah, we might actually have more of a budget. We could add another experience. Or like we save for it. And like you have some time, whereas a lot of people who are DIYing will kind of like be constantly watching for pricing, looking at different pricing. They'll wait, and then the hotel's booked up or the room they
Right.
want is gone, and then it's not held. So those are the things that are really helpful when you're working with a travel designer is like all of that is being mapped out for you 6 to a year, 6 months to a year out. And it's really
Right.
helpful, I
So,
find.
oh, so you can hold rooms.
We
Is
can,
that
yeah. So we
wow?
are, well, because you're putting a deposit down. So the
Yes.
deposit
So
is
you
going towards
use
the
that.
room. Yep.
Uh-huh.
Use that. So
Uh-huh.
that, and that's the biggest thing that you're wanting to hold. And then even with the
Right.
experiences, like we're already know a year out. Okay, we're gonna have, and if the particular guide we had in mind isn't available, we have other guides. Like we know there's
Totally.
people that we will use instead of just like, oh, that's it. That's your only option.
That's so great. That's so great. I mean, I think we've all done this where we're like, I can totally plan my own trip. Like, it'll be fun and everything I want, and I'll make it the best experience, like, yada, yada, only to be spending like countless hours, countless on TikTok and doom scrolling, and our eyeballs are like bleeding. We feel like we never should have gone down this rabbit hole in the first place. I know I 100% I've 100% done that only to get there and feel like, at least for me, that I've already experienced it
Yeah.
because I basically spent more time planning it than I am
Yeah.
actually there doing it.
Yeah.
And at what point does it make sense to hire a travel designer versus just doing it DIY?
So I think there's a couple of things. One, if you're planning like a wedding at the same time, which a lot of my clients do,
Yes.
they're already deep in planning in that realm, which
Well, and
I
like
receive events and like you do weddings.
that
Like,
that can be a hellhole, right? Like
it is,
I hope for no one
yes,
it is a hellhole. It can be a
it
hellhole.
can be. Even if it's not a hellhole, it is not always enjoyable.
It's
Like it is
emotionally taxing.
It's so
We can
taxing.
all
It's so
agree.
exhausting. Yeah.
Yes.
Planning any event, but definitely a wedding, it's emotionally draining.
Yes.
You have to make 1,000 different decisions. Everyone's kind of like looking to you, putting their input in for your
Well,
wedding.
and that's something that like you're learning
Yeah,
this whole industry for the first
totally.
time, and you're
Yep.
like doing it. I mean, I'm just like,
Yep.
that's not something, it's just, well, it's very akin to like someone who's learning Italy, for instance, for the first time.
Great.
Do you
Yeah.
really want someone who's learning Italy for the first time to be planning it also? Like
Yeah.
the honeymoon
Yeah.
that they're going to look back on for 20 years? Like,
And really the hardest part is the logistics.
yeah,
Like, I mean, obviously the hard part is knowing something. Like you're not going to have access to some of the guides or the people because they're not the ones who are like on Viator or Booking.com, like the ones that I'm getting really in depth and connecting with.
yeah,
But even just like how to operate the trains, how to know that like there are no trains going to Umbria or like Tuscany, the outskirts. Like you're
yeah,
gonna have to hire a driver or you're gonna have to rent a car. And like what does that look like? And what do you need to rent a car in Italy? And like all
right.
those little things that you are now having to dig into just to get from point A to point B when you could hire someone who already knows and can just tell you, like, this is what you need to do. This is how we do it. If you don't want to do that, this is how much more it would cost to invest in a private driver. And like that's that's how that works.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
it is a lot. It is a lot.
Well, I mean, and
But
like you say, like all this like logistic stuff that we're getting into, that's literally just getting there.
just
Right. I
getting
mean, let alone like the beautiful experiences that like we don't know
yeah.
what's out there. Again, like we're learning it for the first time. And likely, if we're not getting a travel designer, we're doing the things that we find online, which is the stuff that everybody else in their neighbor does, which is like the tourist trap stuff is just rough. I mean,
It is.
I hate it. I hate it.
It's rough. It's also rough for the locals who are like now inundated by the restaurant that is now all over
Mm,
TikTok or the special gelato place or the affogato that everyone's talking about or like they're inundated. And
yeah.
so locals don't go there anymore and they're just catering to tourists now. And it's tough on them too. I mean,
I
I
think
don't think any of them
Santorini
planned that. Yeah.
Santorini is probably, at least that I have seen, that's
Yeah.
the worst example of this, right?
I
Because
agree.
cruises, they come in, they drop off, and Santorini is tiny. I mean, it's
It's
like,
very, yeah.
there's only so many streets even, and then it's just filled. And so even you're talking like basic, like, you know, trash, like taking out the trash, for instance. I mean, it's just like
Yeah.
inundate. I mean, how, I guess like I'm glad that the people you're getting, like, they're thinking a little more like luxury, right? Like they're thinking a
Yeah.
little more than just the tourist traps, just the like stop, take a picture, leave.
Yeah.
When I think about luxury, like we're thinking marble statues, we're thinking
Mhm.
$1 million vacations and private
Mhm.
jets. Like, why is this so misunderstood? Like, how do you frame
Yeah.
it?
It's evolved. I mean, I think the industry as a whole, the travel industry and the term luxury has evolved because now I look at it more as a mindset shift. So it's less about, okay, here's the five-star hotel. Here's the, like you said, the marble columns or the marble bathrooms or the Michelin star restaurant. Like it is about like ease,
Mm,
seamlessness, the mental state that you're in when you're getting to go to somewhere like Santorini or Tuscany and you're going somewhere off the beaten path and you're getting to sit at the local cafe and like sip your cappuccino and watch the locals kind of wandering around. Like
yeah,
there's a feeling of luxury that you're feeling now. So it's more
yeah.
about feeling and so what we're doing is curating a feeling for you. And I also think a lot of people have this misconception that working with a travel designer means they're going to have no control of their trip or it's going to be jam-packed with stuff.
Mm,
That's not how I operate. Like I want room in your itinerary for you to like have these experiences happen spontaneously. For
love
you to
that.
like have a moment where you just sip an Aperol spritz at a cocktail bar watching the sunset and like you found that place on your own. It's not that I told you to go there. It's like
Yeah.
you had the chance to wander and find it because that's the part of travel that's feels luxurious is the wandering, the stumbling on things. And I think that's the mindset shift when it comes to luxury travel that I'm trying to advocate for, and I know a lot more people in the industry are, is it's not just a five star. Yes, luxury travel still has like some price tags involved with it. It's a different
Sure.
type of travel,
Sure.
but it's
Right.
you can still have a luxury trip without it being, $100,000. And like it's still
Yeah.
possible to have something amazing.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. I think that is a really, it's interesting when you said that the luxury is the mindset and like not necessarily the like check boxes of all the 5 star and Michelin and all this stuff. It's more
Yeah.
like if you want to have an easeful, like easeful,
Yeah.
restful place, like this is what you do. I think it's always like I think it's hard because like you mentioned earlier, there are the people which guilty as charged. I want to do the like go from place to place and do all this stuff. It's like I want to put 40,000 steps in a day. I mean, how do you help clients find clarity on what actually fits their vibe and
Yeah.
not just this like hustle, see everything that goes
Yeah.
on over there sort of thing.
It can be hard. There's some push and pull for sure.
Yeah.
And I understand it because I used to be that kind of traveler. Like
Yeah.
I get it and I also honor the fact that I'm fortunate enough that I get to travel often and I get to go back to places.
Yeah.
So I can do slower kind of travel. Not everyone, some people have this one trip in the year and this is maybe their only time going to Italy and they have 2, maybe 3 weeks to go and they are wanting to see as much as they can. So I am really understanding of that. My job and what I try to do with clients is to like narrow it down to the things that they would feel the most upset they didn't get to see. So
Most
like
upset. So it's like
I
the opposite.
started yeah, I started with asking a lot is if you were to come home from this trip and there was something you didn't see, like what would be like the most disappointing to you that you didn't see? And
Love that.
often that it gets you to think. You're like, okay, if I went to Italy and I said I want to do Rome, Venice, Florence, and I couldn't do all of those, but I didn't get to see the Duomo, I would be really upset. Or I didn't get to see the Sistine Chapel, I would be
Yeah.
so upset. Or maybe it's not even about the seeing the thing. Maybe it's if I didn't get to sit on the rooftop and drink an Aperol spritz with my partner one evening, I would be really sad.
Yep.
Like those are the things
If I
that
didn't
I try
get that
to get.
gelato, if I didn't get
Right.
that gelato, that's a problem,
Yeah.
girlfriend. Yeah.
I have been really wanting to try truffles in
Yes.
northern part of Italy, and I like
Yes.
need to do that. Then we're gonna make sure you get up there first, or at some point, that's
Right.
what we're mapping everything around. So like I had a client who's traveling right now, and this was their 15th wedding anniversary, and this was their
Fun.
first time going to Italy. They couldn't go when they were getting married, like they didn't have it in the budget. So now 15th anniversary, they're going. and they're very religious. And so Rome was a highlight for like that was key to them was being able to go to Rome, go to the Vatican. And so we made that happen. And they're going to go to the papal audience and like something a little more elevated and premium because this is really special to them.
Yeah.
And so that was key for this trip. So we made sure that was like the first priority. And then we built everything else around it. So making sure that there's like at least one or two things that each of you want to prioritize. We make those happen and then we design around it. If you don't have enough time to do every single thing, because
Right.
there just isn't. I really try to emphasize that like if we try to do all this stuff in
No
10 days,
fun.
you're going to
It's
be
no fun.
spending way more time in transit.
Yeah.
It's no fun.
It's
You don't
no
get to
fun.
really experience it.
Yeah.
Like you don't get time for those spontaneous moments. Like you're just
Right.
going from B to A to B. Like it isn't enjoyable. And we're all so tired. Like we're
Yes.
trying to escape that go, go, go.
Right.
Usually,
Right.
like when you're a business
Yes.
owner, I'm a business owner, we're constantly going. Like we
Yeah.
need to take a break and just sit at a pool, sipping a cocktail and like
Yes. Read a
chilling.
book. Yeah.
That's
Or
it.
whatever. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's so interesting hearing you say about your Vatican couple, how like
Mhm.
you took their priority. And it sounds like you kind of crafted the entire vacation around that vibe, that priority. Like, would you say that's accurate? Like, would you say when they tell you what their numero uno thing is, when they tell you what their
Yeah.
must-have thing or can't not have thing is,
Yeah.
do you find that like that's a big inspiration point for you?
It definitely helps. It gives me like a base. There's a couple different ways I do it. So that was very key to them because there are some clients who don't have like a big thing. Like they don't have like
Okay.
I have to see this. So then I start to kind of map it around like a feeling they want. So like if they want
Oh,
to relax, they want something a little more intimate. They don't want to be in major crowds. Okay, so we're going to kind of steer away from maybe Amalfi, but they still
yes.
want coast and ocean and beach views. Then I'll steer them somewhere else, like coastal Tuscany, which is less popular. Most people don't know Tuscany has a coast. And
Yeah.
so,
Yep.
yep. So then I kind of direct them there. So I take what they're saying to me and we map around that. But like with this couple who's doing the Vatican experience, there was like that was a major point. And um, the wife really wanted luxury hotels. Like she's a
Yeah.
hotel snob. Her words, and I was there with. I'm like me too.
I'm
So
with you,
I
girlfriend.
understood. I
Yep.
got it, and cleanliness is very important to her. Like the
Hmm.
feeling of the hotel, and to me that means when someone says that to me, they get like bashful and kind of insecure about saying it because they like don't want to feel like they're being too much. But I understood between the lines that like what she was saying is that in order for her to feel relaxed and at ease, the hotel needed to feel
Hmm.
clean and
Hmm.
like a restful and
Yeah.
something that she could ease into. So then I chose hotels. We prioritized the investment more on hotels than other things. And then we added in experiences from there so that she felt
Right.
really comfortable and confident in the properties. And then we went from there.
Yeah.
But some clients don't care about the hotel. Some are like, just somewhere in a great, I mean, I don't believe in the whole, it's just a place to sleep. That's not my
I
motto.
was just gonna
Nope.
ask you that. I was like,
Nope.
is that one of those like absolutely no?
I don't agree with that. But if a
Yep.
client tells me they don't prioritize a hotel, I honor that. I will not choose the 5-star most expensive hotel for them, but
Hmm.
I will not, what's the word? I will not,
Like downscale it, right? Like
yes,
we're not
yeah.
sacrificing,
There we go.
right?
Sacrificing. I
Yeah,
will
yeah,
not sacrifice the quality of the hotel just because their thoughts are the hotel doesn't matter. Because
yes,
ultimately, even if they're out all day, going on tours, doing things, your hotel is always where you're going to land. And you need it
yeah.
to feel comfortable. You need it to feel cozy. To me, hospitality is key, which you can get great hospitality at a 4-star hotel.
Hmm.
Like you can have all those things and not go to the bottom of the hotel.
No, totally. I mean, I am like, I'm kind of embarrassed about this. I used to be one of those like I'm only sleeping there, like it doesn't need to be
Yeah.
anything
Yeah.
crazy, like all this stuff. Sweet husband came into the picture, and he
Yeah.
would self-admit this. He is a hotel snob. He must have like
My person.
right. And I'm just like, at first when I first started planning trips with him for him, with his parameters, I was just like, oh, this is insane. Like, for what? And then I got in it and I was like, you know what? You are 100% right. I am the hotel snob now. Like when any of my friends are like, "Oh, let's get together and do an Airbnb," I'm like, "I'm picking Airbnb. Nope, y'all are not doing this.
Yeah.
Okay, it is
Yeah.
100% because I cannot like
Yep.
stay at an unclean,
Yeah.
just a bed place again.
And I'm
So,
like, I've gotten so into it, and it's probably because of my job. I see a lot of hotels. I've gotten to
yes.
experience some really amazing places. But even just like outside the cleanliness, which you hope your 4 and 5 stars are going to be clean,
Oh, at the very
you never
least, right?
know. Like
Yeah.
there are some 5 stars where questionable, but
Five
like
stars? Wait, hold on.
sometimes,
Tell me this.
sometimes there are 5 stars that I think I'm not a big chain person.
Uh-huh,
There are
agreed.
some 5 stars I think that have let some of the care go in the quality, or they're just
Uh,
dated. So like there's some of that
okay.
happens.
Okay.
So I wouldn't ever judge it on a 5 star, 4 star. Like read reviews,
Yeah.
read, your mid reviews, read your low reviews, see how many of them say the same thing, because usually if
Yeah.
they're saying the same problem, that's a problem. It's not just like a one-off. So I always
Right.
do a quick check myself, even if I don't happen to have been to the property myself or know the general manager, like I will kind of do
Yeah.
a quick look.
That's a good tip. Yeah.
But yeah, I would say that outside of the cleanliness, the things that really feel good about a hotel is so many more of these independent boutique hotels and some of the bigger hotels are prioritizing more like the community aspect. So like your bar, your rooftop terrace, like the
Yeah.
areas where you're like it's communal and that it's a shared space, and like how it feels when you're there and what's the service like. And
Yeah.
I love that. I
Me
love
too.
that stuff. And what is the pool and the gym? I love a gym with a view. Like if it's a box in
Hmm.
a basement, I'm not here for it.
Yeah, not
I
a
want
fan.
one with glass windows so I can see out, and like
Yeah,
it's a whole experience, and that's what I feel you're investing in. Even if you're going to be there for half a day, it's
totally.
still part of the experience. So I
Yeah.
do prioritize that with clients. And even the boutique little ones are great too. Like
Yeah.
they're
Well,
all
and something I didn't even realize I needed until I ended up traveling a lot for work.
yeah.
And now when we vacation, I look for this, which is I need a hotel that has a great restaurant either attached or like literally two doors down. Like
Yeah.
I need food close by.
Yeah. Yep.
That
Same.
one. Yeah, I'm just like we need it. I mean, so
Yeah.
when we come to I guess my other question while we're talking about the outdated stuff, do you know how quickly or how often like the whole 5 star, 4 star, how often that is evaluated? Like if we had a 5 star hotel that was built 15 years ago and we're seeing that it's outdated now,
Yeah.
what is the process for like demoting? Like, do you know anything about that? I know this is
So I
probably like
can't dig.
not
Yeah,
the big
yeah,
thing,
yeah.
but
I
like,
can't dig too deep into it because I don't know enough about it to
yeah.
fully speak on it. But I will say that the star ratings are actually different from the US to like Europe.
Oh,
So
really?
it's not really the same what they're looking at. So when you're looking at like a 5 and a 4 star in Europe, at least let me just talk about like Italy, Greece, and
Yeah.
France, for
Yeah.
example. They're looking at like the services and the amenities. So usually like a 5 star, what makes it a 5 star is that they have a concierge desk team that's
Oh,
there to help you like with VIP level service. That's a 5 star. Yes, a 5 star also has certain like decorum to it. It's a little bit more formal in
yeah.
some aspects, but like I've been to a few 5 stars where it feels a little looser than other 5 stars that feel very like it's a little
Opulent.
uptight for me. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm like,
Right. Right.
this feels a little too like I don't feel comfortable here, and like I go to
Yeah.
these places, but I don't feel comfortable here.
Right.
And
Right.
some clients like you have to know that because some clients are gonna feel so uncomfortable in the
Yeah.
5 star that they're in, whereas others are looser and they just feel more approachable. And like
Right.
so with the 5 stars, that's really what they're kind of looking at
Okay.
with 5 star versus 4. And sometimes it's like, oh, they have 3 restaurants or they have a Michelin restaurant and so 5 star or like so it's
Okay.
not to me
Interesting.
the 4 and 5
Yeah.
star is shaky when you're in
Yes.
Europe. I don't actually even like yes there are some like a Belmont to Four Seasons. They're a 5 star those are 5 star properties.
Mm-hmm.
But there are a lot of 5 star boutique independent hotels that don't have a name brand that are 5 stars because of that service, because of what
Right.
they offer, because of the concierge support, because you come in and they don't even have a welcome desk. They just greet you, you get your room, and like you feel like you're in a home. Like it's
Yeah.
just that level of service. So it's not,
Wow.
you have to kind of judge when you're talking to a client, do they want that really intimate, the staff know you day one kind of feeling, or do you want to be kind of hidden and like in a
Yeah.
larger property and like not have someone know who you are?
Right.
That could be their level of comfort and ease and preference. Most of my clients now actually tell me they're like, we want to be, greeted by name. We want
Greeted.
people to know us. And I feel that that's because we're so desperate for in-person connection
Yeah.
that,
The anonymity of which we work, like we
yeah,
go throughout the world on a daily basis. I'm sure people are craving that like sense of
yes.
community. Yeah, we're so like relatively isolated.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You want to feel comfort that someone's taking care of you, that you're in
Yeah.
a property and someone is like happy to greet you with your coffee in the morning. They know what your coffee order is the next day
Right.
because it's you and like 10 other people on the property right now.
Right. And you're there
And
for 2 weeks.
right. And I love it. I think it's
Yeah.
great.
No, that's
Like,
amazing. No, that is
yeah.
that is amazing. I mean, and just like I think the myth busting that's happening right here over the like 4 star versus 5 star and like it's just one more reason why people need you.
Yeah.
Because honestly, like I have 100% been guilty of just like, yep, 4 star, yep, 5 star. Like you just kind of trust it
Yeah.
automatically.
Yeah.
And like you should
No.
not,
No.
you know? Yeah.
No, no. Definitely read, talk to people, work with a
Yeah.
travel designer. Like where what I'm really looking at is less 4 or 5 star. I'm looking at what is included in your stay. What is the property like? Do I know what the service is like because I've been there? Like,
Yeah.
what is that feeling that it's gonna evoke for you? Does it have the restaurants? Because yeah, there are some clients who I know restaurants are really important. So does it have the Michelin restaurants? Does it have high quality, tasting menus? I've gone to some hotels that are 5 star where I just didn't think the dining was that great. And so I
Which is
paid.
a problem, right? For
It's
your
a
sweet little
problem.
foodie people's like, that's a
My
problem.
foodie people,
Yeah.
very particular
Well, and
about that.
I'd imagine with, I mean, Italy, France, Germany, I mean, that's a lot of foodie culture right there.
There's a lot of foodie. There's a
Like
lot of food.
I feel like there's a
So many
lot.
foodies. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah. So
yeah.
you gotta be cognizant of that.
Oh my gosh,
Let's
yes.
let's talk a little bit about honeymoons because we
Okay.
can all agree like honeymoons just hit different. But really, like what makes planning honeymoons different from other types of
Okay.
travel?
I'm gonna have a hot take here.
Ooh, I'm
I'm gonna have
ready.
a hot take.
Give me the tea. Give me the tea.
I honestly don't think honeymoons are different from other trip planning. And I know
Okay.
a lot of advisors would disagree with me. I think what makes people feel that way is the expectation that they put on the
Oh,
trip.
God, so true.
So
Yeah.
I think that really it's just that feeling of like, it has to be amazing. This
Mm,
is our one trip. This is our first trip together. Like that, those kind of like expectations they put on it
yeah.
put the pressure on this kind of travel planning.
Yes.
When in
Yeah.
reality, I plan almost the same way that I would any like couples trip or family trip, or I put the same level of care, same level of thought and design into it.
Yeah.
And the only difference being that, I'm making sure like the hotels know it's their honeymoon, like
Yes.
a little something special, a
But
little
it
something extra.
but it's not rose petals though.
It's not rose petals. It
Do
is,
something special for them. It is not rose petals.
I
Okay.
try so hard to emphasize the no rose petals. I'm like, put some chocolates, put like if they don't drink, put something fun, so, like just something else.
Literally anything else.
Anything else? You know, the other thing
Anything.
that I really can't stand, and I do not, this is no hate on other travel advisors who do this, but some travel advisors will get a photo. And I know you're a photographer, so it's also, you're probably like, oh
Okay,
no.
but like different. Okay,
But
but
they
tell
will
me.
take the photo, they'll like pull it from their Instagram or their socials and like have it framed and put in the room for them when they get there. I find it creepy.
Me
For
too.
me, it's
Me
creepy.
too. When you are creeping their social media,
It's
and
creepy.
nope,
It's so
nope,
creepy.
nope. Highly
And
cringe. I don't like that.
if
I
people
don't
do
like that at
this,
all.
I swear it's not a hate. It's just something I would not appreciate myself.
Yes.
with someone who's like in a relationship, and if I was on my honeymoon and I came in and there was a photo of me,
Nope.
now my partner might think it's adorable, but
Nope.
I like
I
no.
don't think at least me or my sweet husband, he would not
Yeah.
think that's adorable either.
I
No.
just
You know what?
no.
But okay. If I somehow turn travel designer, okay?
Yes.
So like I
You
photograph
could
your
do it.
elopement and then I print a photo of your wedding, like your wedding photo or whatever. Have it
Right,
framed in the
because you
room.
took the photo.
Fine, right? Fine.
You took the photo.
I was there. I was literally
You were there.
there, took it, edited it. They've
Right,
probably never
right.
seen it before, and now it's in
If you
print.
and I were
Like,
working together
yes,
and like you were like, here's this photo. I know I sent them to you to travel, plan their honeymoon.
yes.
Okay, well, I think this would be really cute. You can put it from both of us. Sure. But it's
XOXO
just like,
on, yes.
yeah, it's different. It's different.
So different. No, I'm 100% with you. I think that is creepy as hell.
And now if
Uh,
travel designers do it that way, because I'm sure some of them also have relationships with photographers, great. You like that's not creepy to me. But if you are pulling it
if
from
you're doing it from social
social
media, well, I think my other question is like, what are they supposed to do with that frame shot? They're not packing that home and bringing it back.
I don't
That
know.
that's not like it's on their social media. It's probably not, super high quality that they'd want to be
Yeah.
putting it on their
And you
wall.
also
Like,
have
oh,
to
like
really
what are you
know
doing?
them. You have to really know them. You have to know that they would either appreciate that
Right.
or hope that they appreciate
Oh
it.
my God. There's such a chance for miss on this. Like there's
I
such,
do. I do agree. I
oh
do agree.
no, agreed.
Yeah. You
Yeah.
can't go wrong with just a bottle of something bubbly or some
Right.
chocolates or like
A mug that's
anything
a
else.
local artisan and
Yeah.
like if
Yeah.
you know they
Yeah.
love coffee or like something
Yeah.
like, oh,
Something.
here's a local artisan
Yeah.
coffee mugs.
Yep.
Cute, there you go. Like I don't know, literally anything else.
Anything else.
Anything. I love
Anything.
what you said about how we're planning the honeymoon similarly to any other trip. And when you said that it rounds around the expectations of what honeymoons quote should be,
Yeah.
of like it's our one, it's our only, like gotta make it a big one. Like I so full-heartedly agree with that I think honeymoons, they think, I've been lucky enough that I've taken multiple international trips with husband. Like I've never had to worry about like never going there again. So we end up, slower traveling, all this sort of stuff. For the people who this really is their number one, their only, like how do you talk them off that ledge of like this is, I mean, of them thinking that they are so loaded with expectations. Like, is there a
Yeah.
little psychology, little woo that you do for them?
I mean, not too much. I
Yeah,
definitely tried in the same way that I try to talk clients out of, we need to hit 20 different spots in 10
very
days.
similar. Yeah,
It's very similar kind of talking them through. It's like, what are you really seeking from this trip? And so many of them, especially if they're doing their honeymoon after the wedding, like not long after the wedding, it's like the first thing they tell me or they write in their discovery form is really want it to be relaxing.
yeah,
But then you get on the call with them and they start to list a bunch of stuff. So it's like let's center it back to what you were wanting, which is to
mm-hmm.
be relaxing. And like how do we make this feel glamorous and exciting and special while still giving you that relaxing and not feeling like you have to check off a ton of boxes. And
Yeah,
I had to do that with a client recently, or they've already done their honeymoon, but they were the ones that wanted to do. We had a couple different Italy spots. They were kind of wanting to hop around and wanted to do France, and so we were trying to figure out the best way to give them a little bit of both. And they came back and they loved the trip because we kept a little slower
yeah,
and we hit the more independent boutique spots. I kind of put them in spots, a couple spots that were really off the beaten path,
cool.
were a little more remote, but gave them that like feeling of Provence, gave them that feeling of Tuscany. So they loved it because they got to just like swim at the pool and sip cocktails and wander around the village. And like that's what they were really wanting. It's what she had kept saying. But
Yeah,
then she was trying to add in a bunch of different things because they
right,
wanted to hit all the spots. And now they're already ready to go back. So I know that like that they want to do like multiple trips now because they liked that pace and they realized like, oh, we can go back and
right,
keep this slow pace going and not feel like we have to cram everything in.
right,
So I
right.
think it's just meeting them where they're at
Well, and
and
again, like
going,
mindset shift, right? I mean, like,
yeah.
what do you wish more couples knew before they started planning? Like, is it the mindset? Is it location specific?
I think it's all of it. I think it is don't put so much expectation on the trip because I mean, you're going to travel. It's going to be an amazing experience no matter what we put in this itinerary. I mean, unless something goes dramatically wrong, but anywhere we go, anywhere we put you, you are going to have most likely a really nice time. And like the goal of travel ideally is getting to spend some time with your person. Like if this is the goal,
Yeah,
hopefully it's
yeah,
part of the goal for your
yeah.
honeymoon.
I mean, usually
And like
that's probably, 100% of the goal, right? Like that's the
yeah,
definition.
and we're
Yeah.
curating that for you so that you can have that time to spend and in a beautiful place. And you cannot go wrong with a gorgeous estate in Tuscany for 3 days. You can't go wrong with a cute design hotel in Rome for 2 nights with a food tour around the city that like literally is still has monuments on the block. Like you're walking in history.
Yeah.
Like that is the
Wow.
cool part of these places is you're getting to see history and experience and live it and have a guided tour with an expert that you would never have known any of this information unless you went on this guided tour with someone who spent years learning this knowledge, getting the certification to guide you around. And your driver is probably the most knowledgeable person, even though they're not a guide. I love sitting next to the driver and talking to the driver
Yeah. No,
because
the
they know so much.
drivers know, man. Like
Drivers
they
know.
they
They know it
know.
all. They know
They
the
do.
food spots, they know the coffee shops, they know the rooftop bars, they know the why this place was built then. Like they know it.
Totally. Yep.
And so it's just getting like to me it's the connections, it's who I'm connecting you to. And so I do hope that like when people travel, even if it's a relaxing trip, that they're open to maybe not just staying at the hotel the whole time, maybe doing one local experience, something with a
Yeah.
local, just to really get a taste for where they're at. And that's why I really emphasize and really talk about like more off the beaten path travel is pairing that with classics because I know we all want to see the Colosseum, we all want to go to Santorini, but like what else could we add to that that's a little bit more obscure, more
Yeah.
local, Roman like Italians might know it more than a tourist. So
Right.
that kind of experience is what I really like to design for clients who are open to it, who want a
Totally.
little bit of a mix.
Yeah. Oh, I love that. Tell
Yeah.
me, is there any like final pro tip that you want your people to know about traveling?
Take it slow.
Mm,
Don't feel obligated to see everything and enjoy it when you're there. Like take time to enjoy it while you're there and not just try like we've talked about. Don't keep checking off boxes and plan ahead. Like
mm.
that's my thing is plan early to get more options for
And,
yourself so that
and
you're not limited.
and what did you say that 9 to 12 month?
I would say 9 to 12 months is good. I mean, most hotels don't open up their calendars for the next year until like 9, 10 months out, but certain type of travel, like if you're wanting to do a Scottish castle or something. I know it's outside my three, but if you want to do a
Oh,
Scottish castle, can help you do that. But like
yes.
that's like a year of planning because those things book up immediately. Or like if you have a
Okay.
specific thing you want to do, like golfing or at a property, I have a lot of people who like to golf, and so you kind of like have to map out which places have the golfing. Or you want to go to Piedmont in Italy, the region of Piedmont during truffle season. That's October, November. You got to plan that out early so that you're getting the hotels and so anything specific, the
Yeah.
lavender fields in Provence, like all that is early. But for just a, typical kind of trip without a special kind of experience like that, 6 to 9 months is probably fine.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, tell my listeners where we can find you.
So I'm on Instagram at themodern.traveler, and I am on LinkedIn under my name, which I will make sure to give you the link for.
Yep.
And my website is www.themodern-traveler.com.
Thank you so much for coming on the pod, Adrianna. It's always like so fun to chat and gossip. I can't wait to
Yeah.
stalk you shamelessly on your next trip. I'm
Thank
always there.
you.
So
Thank
thank you
you.
for
It was
being
so
here.